Morning, everybody. Hey, Sax guy, good morning. Kaya, good morning, good morning. Hey, Cricket, good to see ya. Good morning. Good morning, Caden. Hey, Daryl. Caden, good question this morning. Starting off with a banger. So did I start paper trading and then switch right to prop trading? How did I get ready to prop trade, and did I ever trade with my own account? Now I should have I should have paper traded. I actually started in stocks. I started trading stocks before anything else, so yeah, I had that experience before I started trading with prop firms, but didn't trade paper there either. The problem for me, and I'm sure there's a lot of you with this problem, like I don't feel anything when paper trading. It's a good practice. It makes a lot of sense to practice on paper and get your skills down. But for me, there was just absolutely no emotions, and it just could not simulate the real thing. So yeah, I had my own account, lost money that way, and eventually I discovered prop firms. Even before, yeah, I was still like working out the kinks, and I think doing the challenges was a great way to have some skin in the game, like feel the emotions that you feel when you're trading live money, but also have a very limited risk because you're just paying for the evaluation, right? And that's your ultimate, that's your stop loss. So whatever the cost of the evaluation is, that's what you're putting into it. And so I think it's honestly a really helpful way to grow and develop as a trader, is to use the prop firms like as your quote unquote paper trading, because it gives that feeling of skin in the game, gives that feeling of real money on the line, and there is like the potential of reward. So to me, that's really motivating to continue to develop. Hey Arthur, good morning. Squid, what's up, what's up? Moto, I do trade the Nasdaq. Right here. Gotta pick one chart. You know, I don't want to go back and forth every 5 seconds between the two, so I'll flip back and forth, don't worry. You have a bit of hey Thomas, have a bit of a range going. I already got those lines marked on the Nasdaq, and I will also mark the closing price. Is pretty much the overnight low, so we'll just leave the overnight low on there. We're right at yesterday's high. If there's any other key levels to draw here. We just got some support there. Previous day's close. So this has all the makings of a range day for sure. We're between, so far, we're between the high and low of yesterday. Pretty close to the close. Support below us, resistance above us. Hopefully we can get out of this, but may have an inside day. Let's get some of those same levels on S&P. Previous day's close. Here's yesterday's high. We're right on it. Yesterday's high is also Friday's low. Heck, already getting after a sell this morning. Okay. Nasdaq and S&P charts looking pretty much the same today. We did have a bit of an overshoot here. It did end up getting a break, a new high, hitting this resistance. Now we're moving down. This is our first break, this bearish channel. See if we can pull back to the EMA, maybe get a new low and then head the other way. Essentially the same thing going on ES. There's a slight overshoot of this downtrend. Not acting like an overshoot, it's not launching up here. But worthy of note, we're kind of consolidating on yesterday's high / Friday's low. We do have a little bit of news this morning. May get the markets going. 10 a.m. is consumer confidence and the manufacturing index. Major news is behind us, unfortunately. FOMC was really what the market was waiting on, but this may give us a little something. Morning next. Hey Tom, morning. Morning Matthew. Aiden, book recommendations. That's a good one. I mean, really, honestly, you gotta go with the classic. Absolutely foundational for trading mindset, and that's Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You can read all the books on strategy and all that, but without that, there you got nothing. Yeah, that would be my #1 recommendation for sure. Trading in the Zone. We are moving down here. A little bit more movement. Great. Below yesterday's high now. Nasdaq is also getting that breaking new low. So we'll see if we can get a bounce now. Move down, break, new low. Or if this downtrend continues, we do have previous day's close underneath us. So far, a tiny gap in the chart. We'd still have 11 minutes to open though. Eight minutes to the open here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I agree, Shaq. We have a break and a new low now. A reversal makes sense here. Looking around, seeing if there's any other markets that look good today. Gold has a pretty nice move up. Yeah, agreed, Tom. Right off the top of yesterday's range, which is also Friday's low. Good morning, Sage. Nice big green candle here. ES is challenging that EMA right now. Nasdaq a little bit weaker, but getting there. Market is open, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Mick, good morning. Key area right here. Right at that resistance from yesterday, support from Friday. Hey, Fury. Okay, we're above yesterday's high. Closed above that EMA. Did the same on the NAS. See if this can develop into an actual trend. Okay, still working our way up here. Starting to get a tiny little bit of an uptrend, but nothing we can trade so far. Little break of that uptrend. Here's how it's looking on the Nas. Not a great way to draw that little uptrend. Probably have to do it like so. Morning Toad. Johnny looking for that lower high. Yeah, I could see that. To me, we were just like right in the mix of all this line being a bunch of different support resistance from yesterday and from the day before. So this is just kind of a highly contentious area here. This chart is not giving a huge indication as far as direction. A little bit of a wedge down, wedge up. I think for me, this area is one to sit out of. Mick asking, how do I value the overnight data? Not really sure how to answer that question. I think it's important. It's just showing us how prices move, so just taking everything into consideration. And a green candle right off of that area. A point of contention. As well, kind of bouncing up off yesterday's high. We'll see. We might chop around here for a bit. Given that there's a lot of activity around this area, the market might need to take some time. Price acceptance, price discovery, however you want to say it. Yeah, Johnny, the pattern itself looks good here. Context is not great though. First leg, second leg, boom, failed second entry. Long, but yeah, not the right context. In the middle of no man's land. Yeah, it's way too congested for me, Matthew. And like I said, we're right at this area that could be support, could be resistance. We don't really know yet. Nas red on that line too. Keeping in mind yet again, everybody, that this is a shortened trading week. Post FOMC, market has been rallying nonstop. Reached a new all-time high late this last week, so likely scenario is that we don't go much of anywhere. Yeah, Monday market should be open. Yes, consumer confidence is in 15 minutes. Good to keep in mind for everybody. Just a reminder to everyone, we don't try to find setups on every bar, on every swing. Sometimes there is just not a setup. And this right here to me is no setup zone. See if we can get out of this range. Hopping over to the 10,000 tick chart really quick. Does look like a possible overshoot on that move up, so hard for me to trust it, but we were right on that EMA. Nice, Fury. That's good stuff. That's good stuff when you can watch the trade and do nothing about it. Building that iron mindset. Hey, Daily Grind. Good morning. Yeah, the Nasdaq is chopping around quite a bit, much like the ES. No consistent range really to draw. We don't have consistent highs or lows. You got all this space down below. Ten minutes to news here. We will cross our fingers, guys, and hopefully this news can get the market going. We want to get out of the zone, either below or above, does not matter. Got to get out of here. Market is just waiting for the news here, it looks like. The news, Matthew, is consumer confidence, as well as the manufacturing index. Not huge. I don't think it's going to, cause us to have a trend day, but we'll get some volatility for sure. Yes, Mick, if I was in a position now, I would definitely close before the news. You could be completely right in your analysis of a trade, and it could have been a winner, but the news can jack everything up. Hit your stop loss and then go down to your target right away, causing slippage because of the volatility. So yeah, you want to get out before the turn. Nasdaq, we still don't have a solid range that we can draw. Just getting into more or less a wedge here. We may actually have a little range that we can identify on the Nasdaq now. News is gonna jack it all up though, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to identify something. We're just in a mess. Okay, make sure you're out of positions. 1 minute and 45 seconds here. Hey Jesse, morning. Slept in? No worries, you have not missed anything. For the first time in years, dang. Good for you, man. Good for you. Sleep is so important. Nasdaq's starting to look a little bit stronger than the S&P. We haven't even been able to identify a range on here because it keeps kind of pushing up, so might give us an indication. Nasdaq might get after it, might go somewhere. "30 seconds till the news, ladies and gentlemen." Here we go. Consumer confidence pending. Manufacturing came in quite a bit lower than expected. Consumer confidence is the big one, though. Big spike on the NAS. Big spike on the NAS. Continuing higher. And up on that overnight high. $104.7. Yep, forecasted at 106.9. So consumer confidence down, manufacturing down. Again, I don't think this is going to be a major trendsetter or anything in the market, but good to at least keep tabs on. And obviously we had a few volatile bars that we wanted to avoid. Kind of tempting to buy this pullback on the Nasdaq, but ES not participating, still within the range. Boy, SPY is just not getting off the ground here. Even though the Nasdaq is still going up, coming up to the overnight high too. So, big divergence in the market here. Something to keep an eye on. Tech is trying to rally. The rest of the market's like, nah. What do I think about ES holding back while Nasdaq breaking out? I think that shows that ES is weak compared to the Nasdaq. I mean, there's not a lot of deep thoughts here. It's just, that is what it is. So if you were trading the Nasdaq and you're seeing that the ES is weak, you know, you're not going to be trusting a big move on the Nasdaq. You're not going to go, oh, this is just going to continue up for sure. It has to. The S&P 500 will weigh down anything. So yeah, that's, you got to take note of that. Yeah, definite resistance here on the S&P. If it breaks through that level, it's going to pop up dramatically. Maybe two big legs up from overnight. Yeah, not outside of the possibility, Toad. But it's struggling. I would be very shocked if the S&P had enough strength to get up in this zone. Nasdaq already does have a break and a new high of that uptrend. Didn't quite touch the resistance, but in the zone for sure. That area for sure. So we could turn down from here. Yeah, we're getting that drop on the Nasdaq. So this is exactly what I was saying. If you're trading the Nasdaq and you're watching, wow, the ES not following at all, super weak, this is what you would expect to happen. For the Nasdaq to finally be like, okay, forget it. Oh, no surprise there. Yeah, either way, we need to wait out of this congestion. Pretty unclear what the market is going to do here. Slight bullish bias. You can see the higher lows starting to form on ES. That is very, very slight. Very slight. Nice, Shayak. Good work. yet again at that resistance and just not doing anything. Already starting to see the writing on the wall that maybe today will be like yesterday. When do I start to trust the range? That is a great question. Once we get consistent highs and lows, so far we don't have that. Again, noticing all these right here. And then on the Nasdaq, even more so. So I can't really trust any range until there is one. So far, we don't really have one. At least not a consistent one. Ace, that's a good question. Why have I switched from like scalping to a more swing? Well, it's not swing trading. Swing trading is when you hold for multiple days, but I'm assuming what you're meeting is a larger target. And some would even call that scalping. By some people's definition, that still is scalping. But anywho, why did it switch a little bit? Well, I think I was very fed up with being able to read the context perfectly and know that a trade was setting up just right, and then not have the right bars for it, not have the exact combination of bars to get in the trade, and then missing out on a lot of opportunities. So that was one reason. Was wanted to be able to, what would be the word? Act on what I was seeing in the market, be able to trade what I was seeing without having to wait for a certain rule set to be adhered to. The other thing is capitalize. Gosh, Toad, you're always there with the words. Thank you. Yes. Wanted to be able to capitalize on those opportunities. The other thing too is trading a really high win rate strategy with an inverse risk to reward. To me, really defeating. Like, you get so tied into like every trade has to be a winner. You're used to winning, and then one trade is just because I'm not losing all the time. One trade was really hard to lose. Plus, with the inverse risk to reward, it would take a big chunk out of my winning, so like set me back quite a bit, which is fine. It's still profitable, but I didn't like that mindset wise. Having to have every trader winner and really needing that, and then when it wasn't, not only just not experiencing loss a lot, but then also having it really do a lot of drawdown, have a drawdown going. So versus a lower win weight strategy with a more balanced risk to reward, where you get more used to losing, it's not a problem. Plus, your winners immediately cancel out your losers. It's just better for me mindset wise. And so, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of ways to make money in the markets. A lot of different strategies, a lot of ways to be profitable, and you do have to adjust and figure out what fits your personality the most. But all that to say, I haven't abandoned like the trades I was doing before either. I have added more tools to my tool bag. Yeah, you bet. Hanging out at the top of that range. Market so far not doing anything about it. Nasdaq moving down a little bit. You know what? I'm actually sorry, not on the right chart here. Taking this Nasdaq short. S&P is right at the VWAP, looking to possibly break below. Nasdaq is below the VWAP. We got 2 more minutes on this 5-minute candle, and then it will have officially closed below the VWAP. Woohoo! This is going to be a good one, hopefully. At least guaranteed some profits on the trade. Might be coming for us already. That may have been too impulsive of a move down. If we can drop down some more, maybe getting to that gap fill, that previous day's close. Guarantee some more profits. It looks like this has the potential to bounce up pretty strong, so don't want to get caught in a bounce. Nice. S&P is below the VWAP. Come on, baby. Straight down. Let's go. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful candle. What's with the lacks? Don't lack the likes. Boom. We'll take it there. Throw some fire for that one, guys. Come on. There's lacking of likes. There's likes. What is this? Cool. So, why the heck did I take that trade? Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Glad you got some of that, Mick. So we are in a range day, right? Very clear. We're in a range, and you'll see I identified this upward sloping trend line. In a range, these big trend lines do not work. This does not work in a range. So if you're in a range structure and you're trying to trade a trend like this, it doesn't work. So simply, I was just trading the break of that, thinking that, you know what, this is not going to hold. We have kind of a rounded top. This is a lower high. We're coming right off this resistance in a range structure. This trend is not going to hold. So just sold on the break of that. And the thought was it will at least go 1-to-1. It has a better chance of going 1 unit down than it does back up to the high. So that's all I was targeting, and then the rest was bonus, just trailing my stop. But we are getting pretty close to that previous day's close. ES is bouncing off the bottom of the range. We could contemplate another Nasdaq short as it pulls back to the EMA. I just don't like that the ES is not participating here. ES is bouncing off of that support. Not a great place to then sell. But we'll see. We'll see how the ES reacts here as it gets back to the EMA. And if it looks favorable, we'll short the Nasdaq again. All right, so ES is touching that EMA. See if it blows through it or not. Nasdaq is getting back to the EMA too. I'm not going to sell it right away. We'll see if there's any resistance there at all. ES still pushing up. All right, that's enough resistance for me there. Hopefully, you can come back and fill us. Okay, here we go again. Hopefully we can get to the previous day close there. ES is heading above the EMA, not a great sign for us. We need to see some movement downwards here. Nice, looks like it might be having some rejection. Here we go, man. Just a couple more points, Nasdaq. Let's go, baby. It's like the ES is headed down, so that's good. I think we're gonna get it here. Nope, not yet. ES bouncing up here. So close to the target on the Nasdaq. We really need the ES to drop here. ES is right at the VWAP. Might tighten up my risk here. I think if it gets above that little swing high, we're toast. So far, ES rejecting off the VWAP. If it gets above, I think we'll close this trade early for a small profit or whatever it is. Watching the VWAP closely on ES. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Yes is trying again at that VWAP. Just need one little push down. We're so close. All right. S&P is pushing up. If it makes a new high, I get out of here. Did not think this was going to be a long hold here, guys. All right, we're going to close it there. Yes, starting to test that VWAP again. Nasdaq has room to the VWAP. We'll take a small win. It's all good. It was out 5 minutes ago. Yeah, well, I didn't want to get out too soon, because I've seen a lot of those just end up working out, and it still could. It still could. But I'm not going to be disappointed if it does. Cricket asking, I had a $450 winning trade, but it shows the win for the day was only 175. Are you counting commissions? Your Ninja Trader might not be displaying commissions. You have to actually change that in the settings. Yeah, your rhythmic will show you the real amount. I would imagine you might not have your displayed on your trader. All right, S&P is now close above VWAP, very, very close. Yeah, it did close above the VWAP. Likely to hit that range high. Right back at yesterday's high, that nasty little area. Okay, guys. Well, Jeff, I can't put the VWAP in on my chart because the VWAP is for SPY, not for ES. I could put the VWAP for ES, but the most watched one is for SPY, so it's on a different brokerage. I don't have stocks and ETFs on Ninja Trader. I don't even think they offer stocks and ETFs. I think it's only futures and Forex, maybe? I don't know. Either way, yeah. So that has to be on a different platform. Well, guys, keep it light today. That is definitely what's going to be needed. This has the look of ending up exactly like yesterday did. Chopping around, ranging around, not doing anything. We might be starting to get a range we can trust, though. So we can always buy the low and sell the high of the range. And yeah, that would be my plan for the day. But hey, if you've made any money, go outside. Close it down, go outside. And if you haven't made any money, or if you've lost money, close it down and go outside. Don't lose any more. Today's not the day to lose it on. So thanks everyone for being with me. I will see Discord members over there. I'm gonna hop over in just a sec. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great trading day. See you next time. Take care.